Hello and happy Epiphany, everyone. I'm Reverend Amanda Moseng, bringing you this week's midweek message. Today is Epiphany. It's January 6th, and this is the day in which we remember the arrival of the Magi to visit Jesus and to bring him their gifts. It's January 6th of every year. It can be thought of as the 13th day of Christmas. As a reminder, the 12 days of Christmas are after Christmas, not before. And maybe for you, it's the informal day in which you finally take down your Christmas tree, whereas in our home, we keep it up to February. So Epiphany comes from the Greek word epiphania, meaning appearance or manifestation. We think of it as the appearance of God in Jesus Christ, that God has appeared to us in human form. Epiphany is a sign of the incarnation of God in Christ being made known. Incarnation is a key aspect of Epiphany. It's a celebration of the incarnation. So when I think of Epiphany, something that comes to mind for me is light. A manifestation of light, the embodiment of light. We also think of an epiphany as an idea that comes to us. So Jesus is light and Jesus is life. Let me read to you from John 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was with God in the beginning. Everything came into being through the Word, and without the Word nothing came into being. What came into being through the Word was life, and the life was the light for all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness doesn't extinguish the light. That's verses 1 through 5. I'm jumping now to verse 14. The Word became flesh and has made his home among us. We have seen his glory, glory like that of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. So this John 1 passage has the theme of light and life running all throughout it, and the idea of the Word, which is Jesus. It's referring to Jesus here. And also in John 8:12, Jesus calls himself the light of the world. He says, those who follow him won't walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Jesus is the light of the world. But we also know that Jesus calls us the light of the world. In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus refers to us as the light of the world when he's talking about us being salt, us being light. He calls us the light of the world. Jesus shines through us as Christians. So we have this privilege and responsibility to be light bearers, to shine in the darkness. We have this call to speak life, to speak light, to be an embodiment of Christ. We have an incarnational faith. Christ himself was incarnate. Bodies are sacred and holy things. So as light bearers, this isn't for self-illumination, but this light is to be shared and used for God's glory. So a question I invite you to think on is, how might you shine in the darkness in this season? As we're going through challenges in this world, you might wonder or think, gosh, this light in me feels really dim. It feels like it's flickering, that maybe it's not even there anymore, that it's just been snuffed out. But I want to assure you that those who are in Christ, that light will never be extinguished. Think of a dark room. It's completely dark, but even the smallest candle still bears light. So draw near to the light that is Christ. Draw near to the life that is Christ, and let Christ guide your path this year, trusting that the light that is shining within you will be seen by others and will be used for God's glory. Grace and peace to you, and the light of Christ to you.